Out of your hair, nobody's in here.
Okay.
You're by yourself, you have nothing to worry about.
Thanks. Hi, I'm Maddie the Realtor. I actually want to take the time today to talk to you guys about some of the common things that I see in the field. One of the things that I have encountered quite a bit is that a person might be saying that, yes, I want to buy a home, but they just don't know how. So I just wanted to give you guys a couple of key points to make that dream come true. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or you're somebody that's bought before, but it's been a while, some things might have changed. Now, obviously, cash versus financing are two very different things. Now, if you are thinking about financing, go ahead and check out the other video that I did with Brian from NRL Mortgage. It's really informative if you really want to know the nitty-gritty about certain types of financing. So I'll have a link below for you to check that out. One of the first things, some people might come across a house. This is a very typical thing. You walk through, or you drive through, I should say, a neighborhood, and you fall in love with, oh my gosh, that house is amazing. So you call the agent and you want to know, hey, I want details on this house. So oftentimes, which can be a little off-putting, an agent will ask, well, are you pre-qualified? I wouldn't start my conversation that way, but it does happen in the field. And one of the main reasons why is basically for time. It'll save you time as much as it will the agent. An agent is, at this time, because of COVID and everything else, is not just going to bring a buyer into a home if that person is not pre-qualified. It is actually a waste of time for you, because in the event that you say that you can afford it, which you very well might, that is not going to bring the confidence to the seller. Oftentimes, especially today, sellers right now don't want all of the foot traffic coming through their home, which sounds kind of counterintuitive because you would think that that's the case, but they want to make sure that you are vetted. They want to make sure that you're serious. They don't just want people off the street that are coming into the home. So, which also brings me to the point of for sale by owners, because that is the sort of thing that happens when you do decide to go for sale by owner as opposed to working with an agent. When you work with an agent, you basically are vetting all of the people that are starting to make those inquiries to seeing your property, or to basically want to come through your home. So pre-qualification is extremely important. And I would suggest for you guys to check out a couple of different lenders. Even though I have been able to work primarily with a few, because I find them to be fantastic in the way how they carry through their process. Oftentimes, depending on where your debt ratio is, some might be able to offer better interest rates, but now just keep in mind that that doesn't always mean that the delivery of the loan from start to finish is going to be a smooth process. There are hiccups. Every transaction is different. I mean, you can ask any agent out there, and there is not one transaction that I've done in all the years that I've done this that has been the same. So you're always gonna have different sort of challenges that might come your way. Once you have that pre-approval, that pre-qualification, that is going to be your initial ticket. I've had buyers before that have gotten annoyed saying, well, they said that I was qualified for X amount, but because that pre-qualification process doesn't always go into the nitty-gritty of all of your financials, that can also be a bit alarming when they don't ask you for those financials, when they don't ask you for some pay stubs, when they don't ask you, to run your credit. Those are essential elements and steps in order for you to go forth and truly get vetted and pre-qualified. Some of these we can give you a quick pre-qualification within 15 minutes. I won't mention any names, but there are some big companies that do that. And you would think, wow, that's great and that's good enough, but it's not. Because what happens, and it's happened to me in the past with other buyers, is that they think that they're good to go, and then the minute that they start pulling pay stubs and the history and the debt and all these sorts of things, they realize, oh wow, we are not ready to buy a house right now. We have to make sure that we have all of these things checked off. And that's okay, and that does happen. But it's very, very frustrating for, let's say, the seller thinking that they had somebody that was already vetted and pre-qualified to find that out at a later point once a contract is accepted. So I can't stress enough making sure that whomever you work with, when it comes to a lender, really has a solid pre-qualification process and is asking all of those right questions, that is absolutely key to make a transaction successful. So that's the main thing I'm going to talk about today, but I will be going into the other details of a transaction. But for now, get pre-qualified. Once you're pre-qualified, or if you need to have some lenders, give me a call. I'd be more than happy to share some very reputable and trustworthy lenders that will be able to see your contract through from start to finish. So this is Maddie the Realtor here, and we'll be talking soon. Stay safe. Bye.